Pink ladies, T-Birds, just happen to be watchers of my My name is Jimmi Pynk, and this is a quick video. I'm not going to do no editing or nothing like that. In fact, I'm on the Chromebook. On my way to go pick up my sister and my niece for Thanksgiving so we can go to my mom's house. I got a s'mores cake. I got chicken and dressing. I got cranberry sauce. It's about to go off. My boys come on. Always got to rep them Cowboys. But the reason why I decided to make this video, of course, grab the lighter that doesn't work, right? The reason why I'm making this video is because the last video that I made, I was a bit angry. And though I meant what I said, because most of the time I usually do, unless I tell y'all I didn't. In this case, it's not like a medication or a disease. I was just really, I don't want to say hurt, but just like, how dare you? You could have just kept it moving. You could have just unsubscribed for the channel. It didn't need to be a nasty comment and people agreeing with it and liking it. When, in fact, I know for a fact that almost every other YouTuber asks for money at some point in time. And it's not always Patreon. Patreon is something different. Patreon is patronizing someone's channel. I know plenty of people on YouTube that didn't ask for money. Okay? All the way up to high ones like Lindsay Ellis, who earlier in her career, before she really started popping, was selling her old cameras and shit. Sometimes people need money, and YouTube is a platform that some other people don't have if they get in the bind. Basically, it is Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving. And this video is dedicated to my house of grease, my pink ladies, my T-Birds that do support me. And I was so upset in that channel that I feel like I didn't focus enough on thanking the people who actually do keep my channel going, that do give me the energy to continue doing YouTube, the people that do support me through Patreon and donations to PayPal, the people that do at least give words of encouragement like, you gonna be all right. And then, of course, the people who just watch my channel and basically, I have a reason to have a channel. If there's nobody watching, what the hell am I doing it for? So I want to thank you on this Thanksgiving, especially people that have been helping me these past, I'll say this whole year, because if you do not watch my channel all the time, you do not know that I've basically been on sick leave the entire year. I went on sick leave in March. I took a lot of vacation days in January and February, not knowing that it was because I was leading up to the thyroid condition, really not being able to take it no more, even though I didn't know that's what it was. Just based on my symptoms and what I know about Graves' disease now, that's definitely what it was. So even though I wasn't on sick leave in January and February, I was off of work a lot in January and February. So, and at that time, I still had the easier job. I went back for 3 weeks. They had just changed my medication. It wasn't corrected. I hurt myself at work, but I didn't report it because I did not know that I hurt myself. I'm not going to get into a TMI, but just if you know anything about a hyperthyroid in a female who is still of birthing age, certain things shut down. And then once I was on the medication, certain shit came back. And I just thought that it had came back with a vengeance. That's not what it was. It was an actual injury. So with that being said, not only was that a thing, they did x-ray that nobody had told me this, but because I had to fax the paperwork over, because believe it or not, I was really seriously trying to go back to work, and they did not accept my conditions of restrictions. So now I'm not going back to work till December 15th. And at my job, I'm probably going to be off from the 21st to the rest of the year. So I'm going back to work for 9 days. At least while I'm on sick leave, it'll still be a full paycheck and not this sick leave check. But anyway, enough about me. I'm just kind of giving you guys an update because the last video I made, I was pissed. There's no other way to put it. I was pissed. I said some things that were half truths. everything I said, I meant. But everything is half truths. Like, yes, people do improve their channel, and yes, people do improve their channels for their viewership, as I do, because people that's been rocking with me and have been donating to the channel to keep the channel improving. Yes, I do it for that, but we also do improve it to increase viewership. So that wasn't a 100% true. Okay. You do it for the people that watch you, but you are also doing it to increase the people that are watching you. And then you have some people who still got the same content. They may have upgraded a camera and that's it. The DACA thing that I was speaking on is very real. It's very real. So when I said, do not be surprised when other YouTubers are going to start asking for money, I meant that. Now, yeah, I can make some changes to my channel. I can stop making the thumbnail my little Sailor Moon characters. I can tone down the colors a bit, even though that's not really me. And yes, for those of y'all that did not know, I did copy that colored test screen. I copied that from Ruby. I absolutely did. Ruby does it as red, yellow, white, and black, and I just thought that was the sickest shit ever. So I was like, oh, I'm going to use it in my colors. So first it was the pink, blue, green, or pink, blue, purple. Then once I got the office, which again, my patrons did actually create that office, even though I haven't been in there because I need to clean up in there. Like, I'm just actually getting better enough that I can move around and clean, and that's like just the last room that I have to do. Then I changed it to that. I've changed it for Christmas. I'm not going to do it for Christmas again, but as you will see very, very soon, and if you watched the Drag Race UK video, you actually saw it. You may not have paid attention to it, but you're going to see how the channel is going to switch. And then when you see the new merch that's coming out for Black Friday, you're definitely going to be like, oh, yeah. So I'm going to change that. And yeah, some of the merch is probably going to get me on DACA too. Let me explain calmly what DACA is. DACA is government mandated. You have to mark if your video is for children or not. Don't think just because you mark your video for it not being children that YouTube can't still determine that it's for children. And it is very, very generic. What that is, it does include bright colors, cartoons, popular music. So things that I just use because my whole aesthetic basically is being a fucking giant man child. Yeah, I'm in danger. And some of your other favorite YouTubers are going to be in danger too. Like, yeah, you have your people that only do stuff with Drag Race, but don't let them use a clip of somebody doing something in a video where they was in a cosplay of a cartoon character. Bright colors, like I said, use of popular music. Some of the YouTubers that I watch, they do review things like the new She-Ra, Ruby, Steven Universe. Shout outs to Maddie Rance. I know he does Steven Universe. Like, these are things that we're all going to get in trouble for, and you have to go back through your whole catalog and mark that, or YouTube will do it for you. And if you get caught, it's a $42,500 fine. And if they determine that your video can lure children or is really for children, $42,500 fine. And once you mark that it is for children, or they determine it is for children, you lose people being able to add it to lists to watch later. You lose being notified about the video. You lose the ability to comment on the channel, and you lose the ability of targeted marketing. So even your big YouTubers that this is their job, they get dinged. It's something for children or something that can attract children. 90% of your revenue gone. So I'm kind of now explaining it a little bit more clearly to you, especially because if you didn't watch the whole video, like that was towards the end. But that's a very real thing. Like your YouTubers are going to start asking for more money because, like the apocalypse, now this is hitting. It's going to be harder for YouTubers to make money doing YouTube videos. Okay. The fact that I said everybody is trying to make money off of YouTube, yeah, most of them are. I shouldn't say everybody, but yeah, most of us are. And the reason why is because we may have started doing it as a hobby, but once we started making income from it, we started depending on that income. So, I try to never do that. I try to go off of my paycheck, and then anything that I get out from my YouTube ad revenue would just be extra. And then, of course, my Patreon money went to my channel. All of this happened with the sick leave and the running through my savings and the 401k and all that. Now I have to use the money. So that's the thing. And it's not just me, you guys. Like, I support anybody that is a content creator on this platform. Everybody, even the videos that even the people that I don't really fuck with. Like, y'all always be like movie bitches. I'm like, I don't really fuck with them. But I still support them as a content creator, and especially my drag content creators. Okay? So keep in mind when I said, like, yes, if you have the money, support your favorite YouTubers, I meant that too. I didn't just necessarily mean me. I meant that too. Because once January comes, it's going to be rough for all content creators. And do keep in mind that some people actually do need this income from YouTube. So please keep that in mind. You think about some people and it's going to be okay. Well, some people it's not. Let's name some of the bigger YouTubers. Let's think about let's talk about the Cinema Snob. The Cinema Snob has a segment that's called DVD Hell, and a lot of times he's reviewing old 80s and 90s PSA videos that went out that are for children. Yeah, that's going to get hit. Let's talk about Double Toasted. I know for a fact that they've done a video. Well, first of all, they review movies. So anybody, your Chris Stuckmans, your Nostalgia Critic, even though we don't give a fuck about him, but your Nostalgia Critic, your Collider Video, they review movies. Sometimes those movies are going to be targeted towards children. What happens when everybody starts talking about Marvel movies? They still consider comic books to basically be cartoons. And an adaptation of that, attracting children. So, yeah, this started off thanking you guys, but I just really wanted to educate you of where I was coming from when I'm telling you that people are going to start asking you for money, and to please support your YouTubers, because this is very real and it's getting buried. It's getting buried. No one is talking about it. When you look it up on Google, it automatically gives you the Dreamers Act, which is also DACA, DACA. It's getting buried. This is serious. So on behalf of me, I would like to thank all of my viewers, all of my patrons, all of my supporters, my pink ladies, my T-birds, my house of grease. I thank y'all from the bottom of my heart. Because a lot of this shit that I've been going through, a lot of times I've sat down in front of y'all and just did a live. Not a lot of y'all watch them. But I got some diehards that will actually sit here and watch my live and just watch me fucking vent about shit. Because it's been a really, really rough year. And I did that crooked on that side and I'm not redoing it. Because I got to get ready to go. But I say that to say this. I thank you. I'm sure that what other channels that you're watching, that you're faithful to, that you're subscribed to, I'm sure they thank you too. Just keep in mind that this DACA shit is very, very, very real. And the shit's going to hit the fan in January. So, two things I want to do, because of the last video, I did want to actually thank you. What better time to thank you than Thanksgiving? I also want to thank some of my fellow content creators that that fuck with me. Shout out to Maddie Rants, shout out to Jamar84, shout out to Nina Bonina Brown. Shout out to Muffy Fish Basket. If y'all not watching Shenanigans with Muffy Fish Basket, y'all got to get on that. Shout out to In My Homosexual Opinion, Dixie Chan. I was about to call her Ariel. That is not her name. Alexis. Shout outs to Jake Yonsei. Shout outs to Dylan Multi Productions. That's who I did the reality show with. Shout outs to Demonica. I did a reality show with her. Shout outs to all the folks at Ascendants, because I'm doing a reality show with them right now. And the challenges be live. So I probably should have been telling y'all about that. But, other shit's going on in my life. Okay. And shout outs to all the YouTubers. It's a lot of them double toasted. You know what I mean? Todd in the Shadows. Like Todd in the Shadows ain't gonna never hurt for no dang on money because his Patreon too strong. But he goes back and gets a video where he talked about Soldier Boy, a video he talked about Silencio. What's that song? You know which one I'm talking about. Now watch me whip. Now watch me nay nay. He got a video about Willow Smith. I whip my hair. Like they are saying popular music. Like it's so generic that anybody can get hit for anything unless you just straight up and down, I guess, talking about porn. And even then, there's the opposite side, and they can flag you, and it goes the same way if your content is only for adults. So you can't mark that it's only for adults because it's the exact same thing. So it's about to be real tough in these YouTube streets, is what I'm trying to tell y'all. So I am here to thank you, and hopefully you guys, when I told everybody, you know what, if you don't like it, y'all can unsubscribe. Yeah, people unsubscribe. I'm not really mad at that. I told them they could. I'm not pressed. But what I'm saying is there are a lot more YouTubers than me that cannot afford that. I really can't afford for them to take none of my money. And I don't even make that much. I know there's YouTubers that this is their job. They can't afford to lose their money either. So I thank the people that support my channel. I'm sure that every YouTuber out there is there to thank their channel too. But no one is talking about this. I'm telling you, it's real. There are a few YouTube videos about it where people are mentioning it. But I don't know. I guess they thought it was just another thing. Okay, I'm just going to click and say it's not for kids and it's all good. It's not that. It's not that. And I'm telling y'all that right now. So please support your favorite YouTubers. Me, if I'm one of your favorites, please support me. But support them in this time because some people's content is going to have to change. Some people's content is going to be very, very hard to find. I would also not be surprised if other platforms are going to start coming out or people are going to start releasing stuff strictly on their Patreon. Y'all thought the adpocalypse was bad? I'm warning y'all because people were upset that I was asking for money for stuff that I actually had to have. Need my car, can't be an impound. Needed to pay my rent, can't get kicked out. But it's about to happen. So you could take that as a thank you too, because I'm letting y'all know it's about to happen. So my suggestion to you is I would pick about 3 of your favorite YouTubers and start subscribing to their Patreon now, because pretty soon all their content is going to be on there. It's going to be very minimum content on YouTube because they can't make money. And that's real. But again, thank you so much for watching my channel at any time you did, every time you did. If you weren't alive, if you donated money, especially my patrons. I'm always going to thank Andrew Blossom, my very, very first patron. And my latest patron, Dixie Lynn Cartwright from IMHO is my very latest patron. So I'm going to thank my first, my last, everybody in between, everybody that ever did it, that had to drop off for whatever reason. I appreciate y'all, especially since I ain't been able to get out the rewards because of everything that's going on. We're going to start this all fresh next year because, like I said, I'm going to get 9 days that I get to work, and I'm going to have to buy everybody's Christmas gifts out that one check and then pay my rent, and we're going to start this all over again, and everything is going to be fresh to new at the start of the year because I, too, have to figure out how I got to change my content. Because sometimes I do talk about Ruby. Sometimes I do talk about Steven Universe. Talk about comic book stuff a whole lot. And, I got a video where I'm cosplaying as the Riddler. Are they considering that for kids? They can. This is the point that I'm making. So I thank all of y'all. Keep in mind what I said. Support your favorite YouTubers because that's real, and I understand that everybody can't afford to. I do, but just support them by continuing to watch. If you can support them financially, join their patrons. Most people's patrons start at $1. Help your local YouTubers, and I thank you for the support that you give me. And keep it grizzy. Happy Thanksgiving. Deuces.